good luck. Never do the triangle here. If I was there all day, and even here, guys, which it can be a good position, but because of my knee switch, this is something that he can do the exactly, or even sometimes a no arm triangle. But this is a different animal, because now I'm blocking his hip completely. Okay? So I exaggerated on the animal pass. I don't want to exaggerate too much, so let me just show what I want from you guys. So whenever you open and you hear, you need to use the leg to do a step and bring his own leg to your shoulder. If you want to be on your toes, great. I can't. I've tried, but I can't. But if you want to be even better, because I have more driving power. Okay? So when I go here, look, you bump, put it on the shoulder. Once you put it on the shoulder, look, I drive his head, his knee to his face, like to make his melt his knee. Okay, so this leg gets closer, and I make his melt his own knee, switching now the knee that goes. So now my right knee is in there. Okay, I'm making his melt his knee. You notice that I'm not grabbing anywhere. Okay, if Lucas is not actually reacting too much on pushing me, you guys can always go to your toes, stack a little bit more, and look, thumb on the collar. Always driving a head to head and thumb on the collar. The elbow always below the hip. Try the triangle, Lucas. You always blocking the hip. Now from here, look, from this situation, I don't try to go too much to his head. I just try to get my body behind his knee. And then maintaining his hip up, elbow down, to make sure they're always like putting him in an uncomfortable position. And then the pass happens naturally. As soon as you pass, shoulder, switch the base, and now after all this, you can let go the tampon or the diaper, because now the hip control is not necessarily anymore needed to be done. Okay? Another option when you pass is that sometimes you feel that the person, like Lucas for example, they're not very good person to stack because they don't feel too much to stack. So sometimes I'll address more the hip than the neck. Okay, so once I have the diaper, once I have this, I do a step, bring it on the shoulder. Now I drive and I switch my knees, look. So I try here and not necessarily doing like what it needs to be done. I switch my grip down. So instead of this, I go down and I hold it there, keeping my elbow closed. Drive, and now guys, again, do the pressure behind the knee and try to pass the leg. Always falling down. He tries to turn the back, look, he can't because he's stuck. And then I finish the pass in here. Let's do to the other side this way. So yes, like that, so you guys can see the step. We call the animal step. The animal step is very important because I don't want to fight leg, arm against leg. I always want to fight leg against leg. Pressure. So he closes the guard. Address the hip, posture, boom. I will make sure that I keep a good posture. I need to move away from the collar to hide this collar, remember? So I go on my toes without compromising my posture. Shift the weight to the hip so the right leg gets light. Block the hip. Stretch back, move your butt back, and turn. Boom. It's amazing how this works. As long as you keep the hip far, the distance of the hip is there. Grab one lapel, close your elbow, always touching on your own leg. Hand goes under, and now don't. You're not going to be able to do it. From here, big step and bring it to your shoulder. Once you bring it to your shoulder, knee, switch. Now look, on your toes and with the hand in there. Grab the collar if it doesn't react. Drive behind the knee, don't go too much to the head. Go more perpendicular. Elbow down and pass. If I'm here and the stack is not getting too much effect, I have to retreat a little bit, turn the hand to the hip, and then now look, pass the knee again, dropping my elbow down. When I drop my elbow down, kind of more blocking the hip. Ask your partner to try to turn the back, control, and finish the pass. Alright guys, from the safe zone, or what you call the diaper or the temple, whatever you want to call it, that I block the hip and I have my hand under, I told you guys the necessity of having your elbow below the line of the hip and connected to your own leg. You need to make sure that you can bring this leg all the way up over his shoulder. My shoulder actually. So this is very important that you understand that even with the leg can be challenging. If you're dealing with somebody very strong, that can be a problem. So once I'm here, forget about it on trying to pretty much force your way there. He would just kill that leg right there. That arm right there. With this leg, it kills me. So I do the animal step. So I try to use the animal step. Look, I'm not. It can happen. I'm not going to lie to you. When you feel that this is a challenge to have the leg on the shoulder, I'll actually now help him to go the way he wants. In Jiu-Jitsu, guys, the customer is always right. If they don't want me to go there, he wants to go this way, I help him. So instead of trying to go here, I am now bringing his leg back. But the detail here is that as I bring this leg back, I'm actually also stretching my other leg back. I'm going to stop you for a second. I drive my head as I pull this leg back. So I'm trying to go, look, I pull, drive my head, and look, boom. All I need is this to step over. Once I step over, now look, guys, shoulder, boom, here I am. The diaper now is not going to be the best option because I'm already over his leg. I will sprawl the weight, and then the head from the diaper goes here, look, to the pants or to the belt. Okay? Now, I really want you guys to make sure that you keep your elbow close. You can actually drive the shoulder, and you can drive your other shoulder forward. Okay? For sure, Lucas will try to prevent that by pushing me. 100%. I know this will happen. So I will not just try to flat him out and try to force my way. I go on my toes. I will lift my butt. I will drive my shoulder, my left shoulder, towards his leg, and then the other leg gets light enough for me to take it off and get, again, elbow and knee connected. My left elbow and knee connected.